question that I've asked you to do a bit of research on about 4 seconds before coming on air.
Yes.
The 5 coaches. Now, we know that, there's Fagan's got, can do whatever he likes.
Safest churches.
Josh Carr's replaced Hinkley, so that's irrelevant now.
Yep.
McWalter, Cox, Uzo's probably got some time up his sleeve as well.
Yep.
But the 5 coaches who don't have time up their sleeve to start getting results in either this year or next. Have you got a list? I've got 5. Have you got the 5 through to the one who's under the most pressure?
Yes, I do.
All righty.
Yes, I do.
Come at number 5,
Yeah,
please.
good on you. Yeah, you sort of spit around to my way of doing lists now, aren't you? Number 5.
5. So this is 5. The coach that's under a bit of pressure, but probably not at the top of the order of the pressure gauge.
Yeah, no. Well, that's number 5 for me is Michael Voss. Purely
Still got him in the 5, though.
Well, purely for the fact that he's at Carlton, who turn and burn coaches like there's no tomorrow, and they've got a great list. I've got them in the grand final this year, and I think that if it all went pear-shaped and it all went horrible, that he'd be under a little bit of pressure. I don't think he'll get sacked this year at all, but he'd be under a little pressure if it doesn't go well.
So you've got him in your top 5?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got Ross Lyon.
I'm not sure St Kilda have got the pills to do that sort of thing.
Well, they just got rid of the last coach.
Yeah, for Ross Lyon.
And said we have got a team to contend.
Yeah.
They said
that
it.
was
Their
stupid.
president said when they sacked Brett Ratton, we believe we've got the squad and the team to contend, and they've gone backwards since he's got there.
Oh, if you have a look at their list,
But he can only coach what he's got, and he's
absolutely, no doubt
he's
about
still got that list, and he's trying to make some changes.
that. If you had a look at their list, it would be in the bottom 5 of the competition.
Every player sorry, that's not true. A lot of players who are coached by Ross Lyon say he was a genius.
Yeah.
And he still may be that genius, but you can be genius and have no success, and this is his second rodeo at St Kilda. They want to get some results. They wouldn't want to be bottom 4 this year. I reckon the Heat will certainly go on, Ross. And I think they do have the balls. To make a move there. So anyway, I've got him at 5.
Number 4 is Luke Beveridge. Bevo, again, expected bigger things from him last year. Got a couple of injuries. They've got a couple of injuries this year as well. A couple of, obviously Jamari Hagan's issue as well. Hopefully he gets back in. Cody Waitman's a big out, but I think Bevo just comes under pressure all the time.
I've got Bevo there as well in my bottom 5. DJ from Wanneroo reckon Mike Posner would be an ideal for my wedding.
You're 60th. I thought your wedding? What? You just said wedding.
Sorry, my 60th. Yeah, but it's DJ from Wanneroo. Very funny, DJ. Very funny indeed. For those who don't know, Mike Posner almost cost everyone their jobs here.
Number 3 for me.
Yep.
Number 3 is Justin Longmuir. I think he will be under pressure. They went backwards last year after a promising year the year before. I think there's a lot of expectation on him. And I know I'm probably the number 1 cheerleader at the moment as far as expecting great things from them. I think if they and Simo and you talk about your first 6 weeks, I think pressure will come on if they're not 4-2,
No,
3-3. If they're in the negative ledger after 6 to 10 weeks, there'll be pressure on. There's no doubt about it.
not 6 weeks in.
So pressure will come.
The noise will come.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying I think Fremantle are a lot stronger minded now, and they've got good leaders and good leadership from board level down to to the CEO. But he'll be under pressure for them to play finals and to be top 4. Absolutely, he'll come under pressure.
I have Adelaide not being a contender this year, but a lot of people say they have got all the bits in the right spot, and they've got Isaac Rankin, who could arguably be in the top 5 players in the competition. I've got Matthew Nicks in the gun.
Yep.
And Adelaide do eat their own. So seriously,
Yep.
I've got Nicks at 3. I've got Goodwin at 2.
So do I. And I've got Nicks at 1.
And I've got Justin Longmuir at 1.
There you go.
But it's not because I believe he will get the sack.
No.
I believe the pressure valve will be enormous on him.
Absolutely.
And I don't think it's going to be the first 6 weeks. I think we're going to get to, I reckon if they are in the negative ledger by 12 and 14, it will be huge. We've got...
Did you just disagree with me? Did you just challenge me for saying those things?
Oh, you've got the pressure valve going on a bit earlier than I have.
Yeah.
But I've got it on. The fact is, you've got them winning the flag. I don't have them winning the flag. I have them just barely making the 8.
Wow. Really?
But failure to do so.
Why is that?
I'm still not convinced they're going to get enough scoring power. And I'm still not convinced. Sometimes, you see basketball teams and their rotations, they play everyone for the first 20 games a year, pardon me. They play 20 players, they play the whole bench and they continually play them.
See what they got.
When they shorten the rotation is when a team is better. So you play 7 blokes, pardon me. So I think Fremantle almost have, it's going to sound really stupid, too many players. Too many really good players.
So do you think does that mean
Where do you play Bolton?
Does that mean it takes longer to figure out what your best
A little bit.
bet is?
And you're going to have them all available. So let's go back to the same old conversation. Darcy and Jackson. You've told me ad nauseum they can't play in the same team. Okay?
Yep.
Hayden Young, Caleb Sarong, Andy Brayshaw, Shea Bolton. They've got a lot of star midfielders who don't play wings because that's a sharp role or, whoever else coming in. They've got a couple of young players coming through who need to step up, and I talk of the obvious ones in Johnson and Erasmus. And then they've got a forward line that Tracy, you love Tracy, but I reckon it's Tracy and then the rest. I don't think Amos has come. I know everyone's preparing him to be bigger and stronger and better.
Yeah.
Didn't come on last year at all.
Nope.
His kicking's an issue. So my belief is their forward line still doesn't kick enough goals, and they almost have an embarrassment of talented midfield riches at the expense of their forward line. Backline's got their beautiful backline. I like their backline.
I think last year, absolutely, it's been rock solid for a while now, hasn't it? I think last year you noticed that Sarong and Brayshaw were really trying hard to push forward and to be goal-kicking midfielders because they obviously identify that.
Yep.
They need more from Shea Bolton's obviously going to be a beauty, and if he can kick a goal a week at least, then
where's he going to play, mate?
I think he plays forward.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're paying him $1 million a year to play forward.
That's where games are won. Obviously, he's going to have some midfield time, but I think their midfield's really, really good.
Yeah, but they need brilliance in the midfield. And I just don't think I think they've just got workers.
They got Dow workers.
Yeah, I think they said brilliance, so they need him.
Yeah, so he'll play both positions. But that's what I'm saying. If he can become a goal kicking midfielder or a goal a week forward at least. If he's playing in the midfield, he's got to kick a goal a week. If he's playing forward, he's probably got to kick 2. But they need more from Frederick, who bobs in and out of games. They need more from Switkowski, who did push up a lot last year as well. They need more from Banfield. And this might sound harsh because he just plays his heart out every week. They need more scoreboard impact from Sonny. But if they can get those things, I just
a lot of ifs in there, Scott.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? When you come to winning,
off about 9.
What if those things? I reckon those things. There's smarter football brains down there than me. Absolutely, they would have identified these things and they would have put things in place for it. And if they haven't, then they're not smarter football brains than me.
And you just don't like Freo full stop, ! Freo mum. And it's not that. I'm just allowed to have an opinion. And so far, my opinion has proven right. They have not won a flag. They've been in positions to be a team of dominance over a period of time and have failed to do so. They made the finals 2 years ago. They missed the finals last year. They've come in with Jackson as though he's going to be the big saviour. Now they're coming in with Shea Bolton. Until I see it, I'm not convinced. I think Longmuir is the man for the job. He's now got all the bits and bobs, and I know they're talking about Warner down the track and they're talking about Pickett down the track. But
I don't think they're going to get Warner.
I don't think they're going to get Warner either. But they can't get both.
They're going to have a real go at it. Oh, well, if you had a choice, you'd pick Chad Warner all day, every day.
Correct. So that's just where I'm backing this up. It's got nothing to do whether I barrack for Fremantle or not, and I certainly don't barrack for West Coast.
Well, and Ange, I certainly don't barrack for Fremantle, but
You're in.
I'm all in on it.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about that.
And everyone can have an opinion, and you too, Ange, 0487736736.
Paul's asked, where would you have Brad Scott on your list? Well, I was thinking about him, and he's probably 6. He's in the top 5, so he's probably 6 or he's probably 7, but...
They've rebuilt their club.
Yeah, but
that
is
taken a
that will be more supporter based, not so much
Correct.
media. It'll be more supporter because they're
And
frustrated.
anti-Bombers fans who make more noise than anyone.
Yeah, because they're frustrated.
Yeah.
That's why. It's not because they're really drilling in to see what Brad Scott's doing and if he's doing the right job and if they're going forward in any way. It'll just be because they're frustrated. But no, Brad Scott, what's he been there? Is this his third? Going into his third.
Tim, if Freo are stacked with depth, then just give Peel Dockers the waffle flag. Correct? Absolutely. Absolutely.